Hello, man. This is Coach Moreland. I'm going to share a little bit about toughness with you. One of our core values that is very important and very dear to Har-Ber High School. And so I'll start with what is Har-Ber Tough? Well, a little bit of background with being Har-Ber Tough is that blue collar young man that is willing to do anything and everything it takes to be successful. In the past, Har-Ber's always been known as a program that didn't have the best athletes, not the biggest players, fastest kids, any type of cliche you want to say that goes along with a player at Har-Ber High School, but we're always known as being tough. We're tough mentally and we're tough physically. And everybody that we played knew that we were going to be tough, that it was going to be a tough game, no matter what. We're going to hit you in the mouth, and we're going to be there all night long. All right. So, going with that, toughness. Well, what is toughness? Toughness is essentially the ability to deal with hardship or to cope, which means to tolerate, in difficult situations over time. A couple synonyms that go along with toughness is being resilient, having perseverance, and essentially having guts. All right. In the past, our kids have always had those things. We've been resilient. We've known how to persevere. And we've had kids that's got guts, willing to put it all on the line for one another. There's two types of toughness, mental and physical. Men, I'll go ahead and tell you, physical toughness is not even close to mental toughness. Mental toughness is that individual resilience and confidence that a person has, that knowing that no matter what is thrown at them, no matter the situation, no matter where we are, who we're playing, it did not matter, that mentally they knew that we were going to win. Physical toughness is that strength and endurance. Very important, without a doubt. Things that we try to get through to you in off season is having strength and having endurance. But man, out of these two types of toughness, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, nothing is even as important as physical and mental toughness, especially the mental side of it. Well, there's 5 P's to mental toughness. The first one is preparation. Men, there's no secret ingredient for this, all right? You simply acquire mental toughness through preparation. How you prepare yourself each day determines your mental toughness. I revert back to our book study, Admiral McCraven. The very first thing they had to do each day was to make their bed. That prepared them for the day, the discipline side of it. Next, how do you respond to your performance? If you've already prepared yourself, all right, in your response to your performance, that'll help develop mental toughness. Also, how do you respond to difficulties or discouragement? When a coach gets on you, tells you did something wrong, yells at you a little bit, well, how do you respond to that? If you respond by dropping your head and blaming somebody else or just flopping around on the ground, all right, that shows us right there that you are not mentally tough, that you have not prepared yourself for that. A couple really good quotes that I like off of preparation by John Wooden. If you don't know who John Wooden is, he's looked upon as probably being the greatest basketball coach, college basketball coach of all time. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail, which means if you don't prepare yourself mentally and physically for everything that you're about to go through, then you're preparing yourself to fail. A second one, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Tim Tebow. A lot of you know who Tim Tebow is, probably looked upon as being one of the best or greatest college football players to ever play the game. You may have all the talent in the world, but if you don't work hard, people that work hard will beat talent every single time. And that's kind of a Har-Ber motto right there, because we've never had the best talent. We're not going to have the best talent. But we have won games, we have won championships because we have worked harder than everybody else. As coaches, how do we teach you mental toughness? Well, we try to expose you to adversity as much as possible, whether that's in practice, the weight room, drills. Anything that we put you through is trying to teach you adversity and trying to teach you the mental toughness to prepare yourself for those situations. The term sugar cookie, again, from our book study. And guys, I'll refer to our book study a couple of times in this because I thought it was a phenomenal read for us, especially at this time of our life of where we are. But a sugar cookie, if they did not reach the standard, if the Navy SEALs did not do what they were required to do, well, then they were a sugar cookie. And if you guys recall, that's when they had to go down to the surf, roll around in the sand, and they're covered in sand and soaking wet. So prepare yourself for everything we're about to go through. Second, PreProgramming. PreProgramming is that positive visualization, meaning learning how to program the mind to be successful. If you can program your mind, you can beat any odds. Using things like I can, I will, I am going to. That is pre-programming yourself because you know that you can do it. We as coaches will help you with that. A word or phrase that is not used in our vocabulary at Har-Ber High School when it comes to toughness, especially, is I can't. We don't use I can't. I can't is nowhere in our program. I can, I will, I am going to are the phrases that we will use. Know how to respond to adversity. That is pre-programming yourself as well, knowing how to respond to it. Programmed athletes. Programmed athletes are those people that are locked in, that have that focus, all right, that use positive visualization. They know how to handle adversity when it arises. Whether it's a 3rd and short situation on defense and making a play, 4th and 1 offensively, knowing you've got to get the first down. Program athletes can handle that whether we succeed or fail. A non-programmed athlete is that athlete that never prepares himself mentally. And if you're never prepared mentally, you'll never know how to respond to adversity. That non-programmed athlete will quickly point the finger, will blame a teammate, will blame the coaches, will blame the officials, whatever it may be. The third P, perseverance. Perseverance, guys, is a huge word, all right? It is a word that can mean so many different things, but essentially it's just continuing in a course of action despite the outcome. We try to talk to you guys about perseverance, all right, about learning how to, no matter what the situation is to keep the course, stay the course. Coach Wood uses it all the time. We're going to run the power, and we're going to run it over and over. If we get 1 yard or 10 yards, is to continue in that course of action and staying the course. Defensively, we always talk to you about this. We talk to you about no matter what happens, go the next play. Continue in the course of action. They get a first down. Okay, play the next play. We get a big play. Enjoy it, but come right back and ready to persevere the next down and play the next play. Your response to failure will determine your mental toughness. Failure is not a bad word, guys. It's okay to fail. It's how you respond to failure that determines your level of mental toughness. How you view failure is another great way of perseverance. You need to look at failure as an opportunity to improve. It's what cements the will to succeed. Man, I can't tell you the number of times that I have failed. I have failed as a husband. I have failed as a father. I have failed as a son. If I had quit in any of those times of failure, I would not be the person that I am. Nobody allowed me to do that. I did not even know that that existed, to just quit in any of those aspects of my life. You have to know how to view failure. View it as an opportunity. Cement the will to succeed. That improves your perseverance. Again, a fear of failure results in quitting. Don't ever quit. To quote the book, again by Admiral McRaven, the very last chapter is never, ever quit. Never ring the bell. Failure teaches you perseverance, because when you do fail, you look at it, you learn from it, all right, and you keep working for it. Another quick quote from the book, and I really like this, is in chapter 5, it talked about the circus, all right. In the last paragraph says, I realized that the past failures had strengthened me, taught me that no one is immune from mistakes. True leaders must learn from their failures, use the lessons to motivate themselves, and not be afraid to try again or make the next tough decision. You can't avoid the circus. At some point, we all make the list. Don't be afraid of the circus. And he's telling you right there to persevere in life, because life is not grand. You have to be mentally tough in life to be successful in life. Fourth, positivity. Keep a positive outlook. Find the silver linings in every situation. Do not dwell on the mistake. Acknowledge it, stay positive, learn from it. Guys, a positive mindset is a huge thing. He talks about it in this book about hope. About hope is one of the best things in the world that there can be is hope. Positivity, in my mind, is another one. If you have a negative mind, you will never give yourself a positive life. All right? You have to find the positiveness in any situation that occurs. All right? We as coaches must do this. At times, yes, as coaches, we will get upset. We will get mad. We might want to blame something. Or we might want to say that the cause was this or that, whatever it may be. All right? But you must keep a positive outlook. That'll help prepare you mentally. That'll help prepare you, your toughness in life. All right? As I said, coaches, we have to stay this way. We have to see the mistake, teach the mistake, correct the mistake in a positive manner. Another great quote from the book about positivity is that at some point, we all confront a dark moment in life. It may be the passing of a loved one, then something else that crushes your spirit and leaves you wondering about the future. In that dark moment, reach deep inside yourself and be your very best. Men, that is keeping a positive outlook. We're going to have dark moments this football season. It's going to happen. If you stay positive with not only yourself but one another, we will pull through that dark moment and we will know achievement. You just have to believe and stay positive in it. Lastly, is prayer. Men, whether you have a phenomenal relationship with God or whether you don't, or whether you believe in God or you don't, it is okay to pray. And prayer can be a lot of different things. All right. You need to be able to pray every day. Rely and trust in God. If you look to Him, you'll never be alone. As it talks about, all right, in chapter 2, don't go at it alone. Okay. Don't go at it alone. This is a quote. It was talking about his wife. This is when he had his parachuting accident and he broke his pelvis and back and so forth. He was in really bad shape and he was laying there and all kinds of self-pity. All right. And his wife would not let him do that. He quotes, "She reminded me of who I was. I had never given up on anything in my life, and she assured me that I was not going to start now. She refused to let me feel sorry for myself. It was kind of a tough love that I needed, and as the days went by, I got better." Another quote, "None of us are immune from life's tragic moments. You cannot paddle the boat alone. Find someone to share your life with. Make as many friends as possible and never forget that your success depends on others." What that means to me right here, guys, is that you can put your faith and trust in the Lord. He is going to be with you. You don't have to go at it alone. There's going to be situations. You're not going to avoid tragic moments in life. Don't go by yourself. If it's not God you look to and it's your teammates or your parents, then look to them. But pray for mental toughness in all areas of your life, any obstacles you may have, and in your response to those. If you respond the way that you will be taught to respond in a positive manner, man, you'll never be alone. Toughness is very important in our program. But more importantly, toughness is important in life. Man, you have to have mental toughness. Physical toughness is great, but you have to have mental toughness.